Hi guys. Hey guys, I thought it would be a good idea to kind of take you along with me and do a little bit of a cooking vlog. Here I have some baby bok choy that I rinsed and cleaned off. And then over here I have 2 chuck steaks. I'm just letting them de-thaw just a little bit more, and then I'm going to start my marinade right now. Here are the things that I'm going to use to create my marinade. We are going to make some sauteed spinach. I think with the bok choy, I just have some green pepper, onion, and we are going to get started. I was going to make some shrimp along with this, guys, but I think I'll save that for maybe some pasta. And I don't want to make a pasta because we made pasta yesterday, so I think we'll be just fine with some sauteed spinach and bok choy, baby bok choy, and these chuck steaks with a really good marinade. I think we'll be good. So I'm going to just take you along, okay? Okay, so in my Pyrex bowl, we are going to begin a little marinade that I'm going to make for our steaks. And because, excuse me, my onions are getting so long, look at them. Look how tall they are. Guys, look at my garlic and my little carrot. Isn't it so cute? My basil is growing. She stopped growing and then she continued to grow, so I'm happy. I gotta get these leaves off and then she's gonna continue to grow up, but I gotta find her another plant because she's gonna outgrow. So I'm gonna cut some of these onions down so I can use them in my marinade. Okay, here we go. I gave her a nice haircut. So now she's gonna continue to grow. And I don't know why this is in here because this is not sweet mint at all. Okay, so back to the kitchen. And guys, we don't have to be precise. Normally, if you want to be precise with a particular cut, I think I'm not a chef. I just love to cook at home. So don't take my word for it. But the cuts, like I'm saying, don't have to be precise. Why? Because this is a marinade, a little marinade that we're doing. So I want my vegetables very, very thin so that they kind of melt down into the marinade and create a really beautiful sauce. Okay, so boom. Now guys, I love garlic. Garlic is so very healthy for you. Now, I was beginning to cut up my garlic and then I thought, okay, well maybe I don't want really rough pieces of garlic. Right? So what I have is one of these little contraptions. Just like this, it's just going to crush my garlic down. So I'll just show you how that works if you don't know. So you take it. You want to cut it up. You don't want to place the whole garlic clove in there. You want to help it out a little bit, okay? So you're going to take your garlic, however much fits in there. Okay, and then you're going to take your little contraption and you're going to squeeze, okay? And what's going to happen is we're going to create a beautiful garlic paste, okay? You see that? Look at that. And now you have beautiful fresh garlic ready for you to use. And if you don't have one of these, then you can just cut up your garlic and kind of use a little bit of salt and use the side of your knife and kind of make your garlic paste that way. So I'm going to continue to do the rest of this garlic. Okay, I'm probably not going to show you the whole process of what I do because the video will be way too long. But if someday you want to see exactly what I do when I cook or something more of like a cooking tutorial, this I'm kind of just showing you what I'm going to be cooking today, how I'm going to make this marinade, and then I'll probably just show you maybe when I'm cooking, sauteing the vegetables. I'll show you while the steps of while I'm cooking the steak, and then I'll probably show you the end product. Okay, so here we go, more garlic. And do the same thing. You're just gonna crush the garlic down. Gotta use a little muscle, guys, a little muscle. Here we go. See what happens there? So I just take take the garlic and push it down back in there, whatever didn't. Whatever didn't get crushed, and I just continue, okay? You could do this over a bowl if you'd like. So on second thought, I needed a little bit more garlic for this spinach and bok choy that we're going to saute. But I left, see the comparison? That's more of a paste. This is more of a rough chop. So I kind of like little chunks in my sauteed spinach. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so in my bowl I have a couple of tablespoons of an Italian marinade. Here I have some fresh sofrito that I'm going to add as well. Just a little bit, not too much. That was made by my parents. Of course, if you don't have that, you don't have to put it. This is pretty much how I marinate my steaks. So you can kind of alter to kind of how you like yours to taste. I don't know about you, but when I think of steak, I think of garlic, onion, and that's kind of what I want my marinade to taste like. So whatever you want your steak to taste like, that's what you're going to use. So if you want to use a steak sauce, you can go ahead and marinate with that. I don't really like steak sauce, so that's why I create my own marinade, and you'll see a little bit later as the steak tends to cook what kind of marinade it kind of creates for itself. Kind of just does everything by itself. I don't really have to do anything. I just have to put everything in the bowl, and my steak's literally going to cook right in there. I find cooking them in here rather than in aluminum. I tried it in aluminum, and for some reason it doesn't hold as much moisture. So I just like to cook them in my Pyrex bowl. These can go right into the oven. I throw some aluminum foil over it, let it cook for a while. But I think I'm probably not going to show you, but first I'm going to cook the steaks on my skillet, and then I will throw them in the oven and they'll finish off that way. I'll keep them covered for a little bit, and then after a little while I will take the cover off and let kind of the tops crisp up a little bit, and then I pull them out. So I'll show you my process. This does seem like it's a lot of garlic, and it is, but I love garlic, and we're cooking 2 pretty good sized steaks, so we need about that much. Guys, on second thought, I cut my peppers down just a little bit more because I want them to really kind of melt down in the sauce, okay? I don't want big chunks. Okay, so that was just some green pepper. Now we have our green onion, or our scallion, whichever you'd like to call it. I'm actually going to cut up another onion because I don't think that was enough, because I like a lot of onion with my steak and my in my marinade. So I'm just going to cut up a second onion, okay? So just to show you how I cut up my onion in the way that I did it, I cut it right in half. Okay, first I cut off the tops, peeled the onion, cut both sides, and now I cut it in half, okay? So now we have 2 halves. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do. Ready? Ready, ready. Watch your fingers. Push this one to the side if you like, okay? So I'm going to start here, okay? And I know the onion is round, so you're going to take your knife, watch your fingers, and we're going to make little slivers like that, okay? Just like that. You see how they're coming out? You want to cut kind of like at an angle. Okay. So there you go, there you have it, and you're going to do the same thing to the other onion. Watch your fingers. Again, and I keep this one. I'm just going to cut in half, just like that, okay? Guys, I literally want a cooking channel. This is so much fun. I've always wanted to do like a little cooking video. I know I've made like a little soup before, but I've always wanted to make a video like this. I kind of want to do like a shorter videos. This one won't be very long, like I told you, because it's not going to be a full-length tutorial. So add your onion. It might be a little long, but it's not going to be a tutorial, okay? So add your onion to your marinade. And now, this is what you have so far. A bunch of onions, a beautiful marinade in there so far, okay? The last thing we're going to do to our marinade is just add our dry ingredients. So guys, we are going to do just a pinch of salt. Okay? I'm going to put too much because that marinade already has a bunch of beautiful ingredients in it. We're going to put a bit of some onion powder. We're going to put a little bit of some garlic powder. Yes, we already put garlic in there. We're putting more garlic. And I'm putting just a little bit. We like garlic here in this house. We are going to put a little bit of some parsley. Okay. Just a crack or two of some fresh ground black pepper. Or 3 or 4. And last, you're going to get yourself some really good, beautiful olive oil. And you are going to drizzle just a little bit. And that's going to help our steak to cook. So now we didn't even buy a store-bought marinade, we just made our own. So now I'm going to grab a clean wooden spoon and we're just going to mix this up. Okay, mix that up real good, and there is your marinade for your steak. Literally, our steaks are going to sit in this beautiful marinade and cook that way, okay? I wish you could smell it. Okay. And guys, I'm actually not going to throw this right into the oven. I'm sorry if you don't eat meat, guys. You can definitely omit the meat and do it with something else. With vegetables, you can do the same thing, the same process, just without the meat. So I'm going to let that marinate for quite a while. Maybe, I don't know. I want to eat in the next couple of hours, so I'll probably just let that sit for, I don't know, maybe a half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll throw it in the oven. So the point is, you want these steaks to kind of soak up all of those juices and vegetables and flavorings and spices and stuff that you threw in there, okay? So cover that up, let it sit for however long. I mean, you can let this sit for a couple of hours. You can even let this sit overnight if you'd like, okay? I already have my oven preheating. But definitely going to let this sit for at least a half an hour, and then I will show you what is going on throughout the video. This is what it should look like after you're done marinating for a half an hour. Okay, so after a half an hour of marination, this is what they should, or your steaks should look like, okay? And I'm ready to pop them in the oven. I'm just gonna cover them with some aluminum foil. See how the aluminum foil has a really shiny side and then it kind of has like a flat side? I don't know if you can tell the difference. I want to put my shiny side down. Why that helps it cook, I don't know. Okay, and she's ready to go into my 375-degree oven. And I don't really have a time length. I kind of just let them go, and then I'll kind of keep checking on them. So in about 15 minutes, I'll check on them. And then if I feel like they need more, I'll give them another 15 minutes. But these are thick steaks, but they're not that thick, so it shouldn't take that long. Plus we have all those vegetables in there to help them cook down, so it's going to make a really good sauce, but it's also going to help the steaks cook. So that was the point of the whole marinade. So this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that. So you see all those vegetables in there. We are ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to be taking that steak far past that stage that I just showed you. So in about 10 more minutes, I'm going to remove, turning on my stove, sorry. I'm going to remove the aluminum foil. And so at that point, there will not be any aluminum foil, no cover on it at all. You're just going to let the steaks cook without a cover. That's how I do it. You don't have to do it that way. But at this point, this is when our tops of our steaks are going to crisp up. And normally, I will take them out of the oven. Normally I will cook them on the stovetop first. Give them a little bit of a char, and then I'll throw them in the oven. I didn't do that this time, but that's okay, because we're still going to get kind of the same effect when we remove the, not the same, but it'll still be good. So we are going to remove the top of the aluminum foil off of the top of the steaks in a few minutes. So now we're going to start our baby bok choy and our spinach. I'm going to throw these in first because these are a little bit thicker. Okay, so to my warming skillet, I'm just going to add, looks like it's a lot of olive oil, and it kind of is, but it's a lot of vegetables. So we are going to make sure that we move that oil around. So I'm just throwing in my baby bok choy. Don't worry about the little bit of water as long as they're not soaking, because the heat is just gonna cook off that water. Okay, so just load up on your baby bok choy. We're gonna cook these first, and then we'll add our spinach. Okay. So what I have there is just some garlic powder, freshly ground cracked pepper, salt, and olive oil. Did I say olive oil already? And you're just going to saute. This is why you need to wash your vegetables. To see all that dirt down there, make sure you wash your vegetables. See how quickly they're cooking down? And guys, you could also cook these in a wok. That would probably be quicker as well. What I'm going to do now so that white part cooks down really well too is I'm going to put a lid on it and let them steam. Guys, I just put a steamer lid on my bok choy here, and I'm going to let them steam up a little bit. And I also added a tablespoon of water. Let them steam up like 10 minutes. After a few minutes, I'm just going to add my garlic and put the lid back on. I just took the lid off of my steaks, and I am going to let them cook for another 15 minutes, and then I'll pull them out and show you. Sorry guys, if you're wondering, I have them about medium right now. At this point, I am going to put in our spinach. And it looks like a lot, guys, and it is, but just like the bok choy, it's gonna cook down. Guys, I raised the heat up just a little bit on my steak, and like I said, they are without the cover at this point. So, ooh. I'm just gonna mix this up a little bit. Remember, the bok choy is in with the spinach, and they have been sauteed with just salt, pepper, garlic powder, and fresh garlic. Okay, and some olive oil. And I'm just letting them steam so they can cook all the way down. Okay, and then we're going to have some sauteed bok choy and spinach. Guys, I don't have garlic bread, so I'm about to make my own. I just have literally like, I don't know, 6 slices of just regular white bread, and I just cut the sides off, all 4. Okay, and these could turn into croutons, but I'm not making croutons today. If you want, you can hold on to those, or you can throw them in while you're making these. But I'm just gonna make my own little garlic bread, right? So that's it. So let's go over to my other bowl. Okay, so if I'm being honest, bread that is obviously not bad, but like the bread that you know is like, oh, I gotta hurry up and eat it before, you know, the bread goes bad. It's not bad yet. You can see it. It's not bad. And it's still soft. It's still soft, okay? So you're gonna put your pieces of bread inside of a bowl. I just have a brush here. And then here I have some dry ingredients. I just have some salt and some parsley, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. And of course, some really good olive oil. Okay, so drizzled some olive oil. Now we are going to add our dry ingredients. So here we have our salt and our parsley, and we're just going to sprinkle that all over our pieces of bread. Okay. Next, we're going to add the powders. So we have garlic powder, and we're just going to sprinkle a really nice garlic powder all over. It's okay if it's not even for now, because we're going to go ahead and mix this up. And I'm actually going to try and grab a wooden spoon, sorry guys, and just slowly mix these up. You don't want to really break these up, guys, because you want them to stay in sticks, right? So just with the olive oil, kind of toss them. You can do this with your hands if you want to too. So just mix them up so you distribute all of the seasonings, and if you need a little bit more seasonings, go ahead and add more. But okay, and then we are going to add our onion powder. Okay, evenly all over, as even as you can. Okay, and that's it. And you're going to continue to stir, and then you're going to pop these in the oven. I'm just going to pop them in right now because my steak is finishing up, so I'm just going to pop them in, and they should be ready, and I'll show you when they're done. And then in one of your little bowls, you're just going to add just a little bit of the olive oil one more time, so maybe a tablespoon or two. You're going to add some parsley, a little bit of the, again, garlic, and onion powder. Not that much, just a little. We're literally just making like a little drizzle. Okay, so you can have this maybe like after on the side, or you can use it like I'm going to use it. So with my brush, as they cook and I watch them, I'm going to use my brush and kind of drizzle them, and use my brush to brush on the flavored oil. Okay, you don't have to do that, but that's just what I do, and they get really crispy. So let's pop them in the oven about I think I have my oven at 375 right now. So you just want to watch them. You don't want to let them burn, okay? By the way, you are not going to leave your little garlic breads in this bowl. You're going to take them out and line them nicely on a baking tray, aluminum foil, something, so that they can crisp up really nicely. Alright, so these are ready to go in the oven. I threw some crushed garlic as well in with the mixture. And just FYI, do not walk away from these breadsticks. They'll only take a few minutes. Okay, so the greens are ready. This is what they look like. This is just spinach, garlic, and bok choy. Our beautiful steaks right out of the oven. Look at, you see what I mean about all that sauce? You don't even have to make a sauce. It just does it for you right in the oven. Look how beautiful. Guys, there are so many different ways to cook steaks. But this is the way that we made it today. Look at that. Beautiful. But I'm going to take them out of here. Okay? Put them on a plate. Okay, so here are our beautiful steaks. There's one. I'm gonna get a little closer so you guys can see. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that, guys. And then I'm going to show you the little sauce. You can throw this right back on the stove or in the oven. So this, guys, is what we have. We have our greens, our beautiful steak, our sauce that you can throw back on the oven if you want. And don't forget our little garlic bread that we made. We don't want those to burn, okay? Beautiful. These are homemade. Look, we didn't even have to buy garlic bread. And guys, thumbs up if you loved this video. Please comment down below. Make sure to comment down below, hit that thumbs up button. Make sure that you hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I make a video. If you like this video, make sure that you let me know. Alright, there we have it. There we have it. All done. I'm going to wash dishes, clean up, probably take a shower because I'm really hot. Because I've been cooking. Eat. And yeah, that's what we're eating, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure that you thumbs it up. Make sure that you subscribe down below. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.